What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Vault. Today I will be doing my first review for 2019. I'm very excited. This is actually the first film I've actually gone to watch in 2019. And what a film for the first review of the year. And that film will be Stan and Ollie. So just jump straight into it. This one opens with Laurel and Hardy at the top of their game and with a lovely one-shot tracking shot as the two walk through a film studio lot and give us some expositional dialogue. Quite a small but lovely cast for this one. There's John C. Reilly, whom I have been a fan of since I saw him in Chicago. He gives such a sweet and endearing performance as Oliver Hardy. But what's Hardy without his Stan? Steve Coogan plays Stan Laurel and does a fantastic job as the more pragmatic, bullheaded one of the two. Both of them together just have such amazing chemistry, and they both manage to get the movements and slapstick comedy of the duo down perfectly. The shining performances, however, come from the two actresses whom played the wives of the double act, Nina Oriander, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and Shirley Henderson. Both add some balance to the story and are brilliant, in the scenes that they have together. The story brings us in when Laurel and Hardy were at the height of their fame and success. It is then 16 years later, and the story progresses at a comfortable pace, hinting at a split between the two. Although this isn't historically accurate, it's done well enough that it kind of perfectly fits the narrative of the film and doesn't kind of bog down the narrative of the film. The relationship between Laurel and Hardy is written fantastically. You could clearly see their defined friendship and the love they had for one another. Another greatly written relationship was the one between the wives. It was so entertaining, watching them bicker back and forth. It was really great. The humour in this film is incredibly sweet and heartfelt. It's a little slow at the start. Laurel and Hardy's brand of slapstick and innocent humour is what made them so enjoyable to watch, I'm guessing. I've watched old clips on YouTube and whatnot, and it's funny, it is funny, just like Charlie Chaplin. But I think for me, it was the interactions between their wives that really amused me. Their constant sniping at one another and constant backhanded remarks gave the film a whole new level of humour. It was also a lovely juxtaposition between the two, with Hardy's wife being a bit more stern, while Laurel's was a bit more fun-loving and carefree. It made them riffing off each other a bit more fun. The fact that they were riffing off each other so much just made the whole film a bit more fun and just really rounded out the whole story. Let's talk about the director, John S. Bard. I know he's Scottish. I'm probably pronounced that wrong again. I apologise. A fairly newcomer, only a few films under his belt. I felt like he nailed the personas and craft of the duo and gave us some genuinely sweet moments between the characters. I hope he directs more in the future. He is actually directed one of my all-time favourite films, Filth, which I watched and didn't think I'd enjoy as much as I did, but it's a fantastic film, so if you get a chance to watch that, then definitely give it a watch. The film definitely did start off slow for me. I found myself questioning the acting pretty much from the start. But then as these actors, I felt, got more into these roles, I felt they became kind of more comfortable, thus making the film more enjoyable. There was still some god-awful acting, though. I didn't really learn anything from this, but let's be honest, Worthing is nobody's favourite seaside town. So there we have it, guys. There is my very quick review for Stan and Ollie. Let's just jump to the two most important questions. Question number one, would I recommend this film? Yes, I would definitely recommend this film as a kind of film to watch for the new year. It's definitely, I definitely recommend it. There are probably other films that I would recommend over this one, but this one is, if you're a fan of comedy duos, if you're a fan of the history of comedy duos, if you're a fan of Charlie Chaplin, and just all those kind of comedians back, between the 1920s and 1940s, then you will definitely enjoy this film, and like I said, even if you're not a massive fan of that, you're not a massive history nerds like I am, then you will definitely enjoy the relationship between the two wives, because that for me is probably the strongest aspect of this film. So I would 100% recommend this film. Question number 2, does this film belong in the vault? Now, I wasn't going to put this film in the vault purely because the acting at the start was bloody terrible. There's one girl in like an inn when they go to Newcastle to start their tour 16 years later, who was just terrible, and there's other like co-actors who were just terrible. I'm not sure if that was just the script. I'm thinking it was purely because even at the start, Steve Coogan and John C. Reilly just sounded like they were rattling off lines from a script. But then the longer this film went on, the more and more I enjoyed it. You know, it just turned into this very sweet, kind of affectionate film. You know, it just had me smiling like a Cheshire cat, you know, at the end. And not to mention, again, the relationship between the two wives was also like a cherry on top. So this film will be going into the vault. And there's that little diamond star. It's gone off into the vault with a little shuffle from Stan and Ollie themselves. So we have it, guys. There's my review for Stan and Ollie. If you've seen the film and you liked it, let me know why down in the comments below. If you didn't like it, again, let me know why down in the comments below. If you like what I'm doing here, guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, your pets, your family, everybody, strangers on the street. And until the next one, peace and love, my dudes.